What are you doing?
Thank you for calling. Goodbye.
God damn it.
What's happening right now?
Missed call.
Okay, well, you do that and I'll eat this granola bar.
Hello and welcome to Shownanigans. My name is Deva.
My name is Tube.
Also known as Deva and...
Oh no, what am I? I'm looking for something. What am I? Dude, what am I? Tell me. Don't say a disappointment.
No. A dummy.
That's not as bad as a disappointment. I'll take it. Hello, Doob.
Hello.
It's been a minute.
I know, and a half.
We were supposed to record this last week, but then you were cursed
I
by
was
the plague,
cursed.
the women's plague.
Dun dun dun.
Dun, dun, dun. That's all I'm going to say about it. But,
Yeah.
but now we are back and we are starting a whole new series. Doob, what is it called?
Yeah. Beastars.
Beastars. I've already watched Beastars, but I've read most of the manga. So I kind of already know what's going to happen, but you do not.
Yeah, we kind of switched roles this time because Tuba already knows everything that's about to happen. She's just kind of refreshing her mind by watching it again. And me, I'm just like, oh my God, what? Like,
well, who's the dummy now, Doob? Who's the dummy now?
Still you.
So Beastars is an anime based off of the manga of the same name by the mangaka Paru Itagaki. And it has a really kick-ass intro. Did you what do you think of it? It goes...
I love it.
Yeah.
It's like so quick and it like kind of gets you into it. Like it's the episode starts and the opening theme comes and you're like pumped up, ready to go.
I wanted to dance.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, exactly. The end too.
No, Legoshi, the main one of the main characters, he like sighs in the opening. He goes, and it's like, I don't know, it just sounds really cool. But anyhow, the anime is about a gray wolf named Legoshi and a dwarf rabbit named Haru. Legoshi attends a school called Cherryton Academy, and everybody who goes to this academy is an animal. It's a universe of animals. Everyone's an animal. They're either a carnivore, an herbivore, or the other one that I can't remember the name of. What's the other one?
Carnivore or
omnivore.
Yeah,
that's it. So they're one of them, but the thing about Legoshi is that he's a carnivore because he's a wolf, but he has more traits. His traits are more like that of an herbivore. He doesn't like to be like the big bad wolf, basically. And he ends up finding himself at a crossroads when he falls for the dwarf rabbit Haru. Spoiler, but it's not really a spoiler because it's obvious.
It's in the summary, guys. So
it's in the summary.
You already know from the beginning. It just doesn't happen from the get-go.
And there's a lot of other complicated themes that we're going to see throughout the anime, like the untrustworthiness of adults, the darkness of the adult world, and the struggle one feels when faced with the daunting task of becoming a role model.
So dramatic.
Okay. This anime is really dramatic. I don't know what it is, but it's like I don't know if it's overly dramatic or what it is. Maybe just all manga and all anime is just dramatic in general.
I think it seems dramatic because of the school environment. Because if you think about it, like even if I think about it, like when we went to high school, everything seemed dramatic too. Like if I think about everything that's happened. So I think it's just the life, like the school life, that seems dramatic. I don't think it's over dramatic necessarily because it's still relatable.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I like that.
I've taken an excerpt from the back of the first manga just to like explain a little bit more about what the anime is about. I'm going to read it, but it sounds super cheesy and dramatic, but just trust me. It's a good show, okay? So, at this high school, instead of jocks and nerds, the students are divided into predators and prey. At a high school where the students are literally divided into predators and prey, friendships remain the fragile piece. Who among them will become a Beastar, a hero destined to lead in a society naturally rife with mistrust? One night at Cherryton Academy, an herbivore student is brutally murdered. Among the members of the drama club, the herbivore's suspicions naturally turn to their carnivore classmates. The prime suspect? Grey Wolf Legoshi. But he wouldn't hurt a fly, or would he? Will Dwarf Rabbit Haru bring out the beast in him, or are his feelings for her something else?
Ooh.
Even more dramatic than what I wrote at the beginning. That's like the official summary, too.
I like it.
You like it? You want to read the first episode summary? The first episode that we've watched is called Moon and the Beast.
Okay. Sorry, it's all the soup. Okay. So...
Nobody knows what it is you're talking about.
No, my
Oh my god.
So she was soup.
Before I had soup.
I had pho right before this.
Okay, just read the summary, dude. It's already gone off the rails. Read the summary of the first episode.
Okay. So, the first episode summary taken from Netflix is: an herbivore's murder unsettles Cherryton Academy with some suspecting Grey Wolf Legoshi. Dwarf Rabbit Haru struggles with her classmates' bullying.
That's it.
That's it, guys.
That's it.
It's not the long, summary from before it. This is just for the first episode, and that's the summary.
So this is something we didn't do the first time when we started with Castle, and I think we should have. Mm-hmm. So let's introduce the characters.
Mm-hmm.
So the main characters are going to be Legoshi, Haru, Louis, and Tem for this episode. So Legoshi, he's the quiet, awkward, kind of scary-looking gray wolf, and most of the herbivores are scared of him because he's big, scary carnivore. And he's in the drama club in the art department. And then we have Haru, a tiny, cute little dwarf rabbit. And all the girls seem to hate her for some reason. We don't know why. And I think she's part of, we don't learn this in the first episode, but it doesn't matter. It's not a spoiler or anything, but she's part of the, I'm not going to say it. Never mind. It is a spoiler. Not going to say it.
It's not in the first episode. I have not watched this, and I'm sure a lot of people have not watched it either.
Damn it. So... The third character is Louis. He's a red deer. He's a very popular student at Cherryton Academy. He's tall and slender, and he is the leader of the drama club. And then we have Tem, an alpaca who was murdered and devoured by a carnivore, and his murder has left the herbivores very nervous and scared. And then we have just some smaller characters. So we have Els, an alpaca in the drama club. We have Zoe, a goat in the drama club. Kai. Mm-hmm. I put muskrat here because that's what I thought he was, but then I went to like the Beastars wiki, and he's actually a mongoose, I think. So Kai, he's a mongoose in the drama club. And then we have Mizuchi. I think that's like her Japanese name, but they don't say her name in this episode.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know what her English name is. But anyhow, we have Mizuchi, and she's a harlequin rabbit, and she's like the rival for Haru.
Yeah.
Maybe we should talk about the, I guess the kind of divide between the herbivores and the carnivores at school.
Mm-hmm. The herbivores eat plants as their primary food source, and carnivores, on the other hand, well, they eat meat, which means other animals. Mm-hmm. So, considering the whole series is about animals in general, just imagine like they're just kind of eating each other.
Yeah, but like. We don't learn this in this is in the manga, it's not in the first episode, but we learn that the animals, the herbivores, they eat a plant-based diet, but what are the carnivores going to eat? So like this isn't a spoiler. Trust me, it's not a spoiler. It's just about what they eat. So the carnivores, they eat like protein substitutes.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what helps them. So they don't eat other animals.
Okay.
But even though this anime starts out with an animal being eaten by a carnivore. So obviously there's something sort of seedy going on here because there's this like veneer of like the animals all get along, the herbivores and the carnivores all get along, and they don't eat each other. But obviously something else is going on here.
Yeah. Well, I like from the actual like opening scene where Tem gets well, we'll go over it, but Tem gets murdered, right?
Yeah.
So in that scene, I thought it was like very gruesome.
Yeah.
I was like thinking to myself, like just right off the bat, like without like watching the whole thing, just from that scene, I was like, is this gonna be like Happy Tree Friends? Like
I've
are they
never
all
watched
they
Happy
gonna
Tree Friends.
really not even a single episode?
I've seen like clips of it on YouTube and stuff.
Basically in every episode of Happy Tree Friends looks like a regular cartoon for kids. Like they're all
happy and stuff, and they all live together and whatever, right?
Yeah, and they're all from the same town and everything, and then they all freaking die.
Oh
And they
yeah,
not
like
just
every
die,
episode.
they get like brutally like tortured to death basically
Mm-hmm.
in every episode. Every
Mm-hmm.
single animal dies.
Mm-hmm.
And then they all come back alive for another episode.
Okay.
So you know
This is a random thing, but did you know the guy who made Happy Tree Friends is on TikTok?
really?
Yeah, he's on TikTok. I
I
don't
want
know
to know
how,
the
but I came
content.
across him somehow just randomly while scrolling.
I want to know the content of stuff he posts.
What? That he posts?
Yeah,
I
what
think
does
he
he
was
post?
just I don't know. I can't remember. I must be following him. I'll forward his account to you.
It's just I just want to know. I don't know, I'm just curious. A creator of a series like that, like what kind of stuff he'd be into or post about.
He probably does morning routines like this is my coffee and now I'm gonna drink it and then I'm gonna go outside and we're gonna watch the sunrise and then we're gonna get murdered, right?
Exactly.
Probably. But yeah, like you were saying, like it immediately jumps into the murder, right? Because the
Yeah.
anime is really weird because like it jumps right into the middle of things. There's no explanation of what's happening. And like I
Mm-hmm.
found the pacing of the anime really quick. Like the manga is
Yeah.
much more slowly paced and they fit way more information into the manga than into the episode. Like I'm gonna go over at the end stuff
Mm-hmm.
that they didn't put in, but
Mm-hmm.
like the anime was so fast paced.
Yeah. I thought it was like a bit weird that they like right off the bat started with the murder scene.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, like it got me interested.
Yeah.
And
What's
I was
going
just
on?
like, oh, what else could happen now?
Mm-hmm.
I think it was a good little starting. But I guess if you read the manga first and
Mm-hmm.
watched the anime, it would be a different.
Well, it starts off with the murder also in the manga. It's just that there's more details that's put into like the character
Oh,
growth
I
and
see.
development. There's like and like some characters have more development than in
Mhm.
the anime. It's just a bit different. It's a bit weird, but yeah.
Hmm.
So the first thing we see when the anime starts after the kick-ass intro is like it's like a red blood moon and like a bloody alpaca
Yeah.
who is like that's Tem. He's running through the school away from somebody in the distance and he
Mm-hmm.
runs into an auditorium and he's trying to like he's trying to brace the door behind him because there's like this big monster behind him trying to break down the door and he asks the person chasing him, are you really gonna eat me? We've always been classmates. And
Mm-hmm.
then the door, the person behind the door manages to break it open and Tem flies forward and he hits a screen. He bumps into the projector and he says, so we're just food after all for all you carnivores, isn't it? And like when he bumps into the projector, it starts displaying a presentation called a mutual understanding between species. It's like super ironic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like contradicting to each other.
Yeah.
Like
And then
what's going on in the scene and then the mutual understanding
yeah.
between species.
And then the carnivore just opens, or like the beast or whatever it is, just opens its teeth and it just devours him.
Yep. And that's the first thing
That's the
I
opening.
but it's interesting because you're like, okay, oh wow, okay.
Oh shit, what's gonna happen next?
Yeah. So then it's the next day
Mhm.
and papers are being handed out showing that a student was devoured on campus,
Mhm.
which is Tem.
Tem the
So
alpaca, which
yeah.
you've written here, a cute goat.
Yes.
He's
He's
an
cute.
An alpaca, not a goat.
Alpaca. Oh my gosh. Why did I write goat? I think it was late at night. Jesus.
I get a notification on my phone every time you go to edit our notes, and it must have been like really late at night, and it was like, Deva is editing Beastars notes, and I was like, it's 10 p.m.
Yeah. I think it was like, it was really late when I did it.
A cute goat.
A cute alpaca. I like alpacas. Alpacas and llamas are so cute.
Tem was cute. It's too bad he got eaten.
Tem was really cute. I liked his voice too. He seemed really sweet.
Yeah. He's dead now.
So anyway, we see a student alpaca called Els talking to her herbivore friends, and they all think that it was a carnivore who killed Tem.
They there's some carnivores standing around them, and they look over at the carnivores all suspiciously, like, it was you guys, wasn't it?
And oh my gosh, burp. Okay.
Did you burp?
Yeah.
Good job. Pat yourself on the back.
Pat. Els is in a drama club, and so is Tem.
Yep.
So it's one of the only clubs where herbivores and carnivores get along. That's also very ironic.
Because somebody from the club was murdered.
And it was an herbivore.
Yeah.
So then they tell Els to be careful because there's a gray wolf in the drama club as well.
Yeah. And that gray wolf is a Lego she.
Yeah. And all we see are the claws of a carnivore hiding behind the wall.
Yeah, behind Els, and it's like, oh shit, somebody's watching Els.
It's like almost like a shadow, like it's just like shh.
Yeah, that's what a shadow sounds like.
Okay, so from this other side, you can't. Oh my
God, she's gonna explain it.
I'm just making these like weird shapes, and it's like the claws.
Nobody can see your shapes, Doob.
I realize that now.
What do you mean now? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. If I make these shapes, they can see me. Shape no jutsu.
You wanted an explanation for the whoosh?
I don't want anything from you anymore.
Okay. I know.
So, right after that, we're at the drama club, and there's a couple of students in the dressing room, and they're talking about Tem. One of them is Kai. He's a mongoose. We mentioned him earlier. He's kind of important later. He's more important in the manga. Like, there's more character development for him in the manga, but he's just kind of there in the anime for like a little bit. Yeah.
Oh.
So they're talking about how they need to find a replacement for Tem because their next show is in 2 weeks. And it sucks because like their friend just died and now they need to perform without him.
Yeah.
It's like they already, like, there's not even any time to mourn. They already just have to find a replacement for him.
I would just cancel drama. Like there's a student that's murdered and everything is just continuing like nothing happened.
Yeah. But like, I don't know. For some reason, the drama club is like super important in this anime for some reason. Like, I don't know why. They're like really important.
Was it to make this dramatic anime?
Yeah. Oh, I get it, because it's drama club and the anime is dramatic. Very good wordplay. Good job, dude.
Pat, pat,
pat,
pat.
pat, pat. So a gray wolf, who's Legoshi, he like slinks into the dressing room behind them. And in the auditorium, some of the herbivores are talking with Els. They're talking about someone called Louis and how he's in a meeting with all of the other leaders for the drama club. And we're going to meet Louis later. But there's like a meeting happening right now, I guess, about how to, like, who's going to replace Tem, basically. And I don't know. Did you notice like how awkward and weird Legoshi is? He's like super, he comes off as like super scary.
Yeah, in this scene, like in the beginning, he really comes off as like scary. And his I think it's mostly his expressions and like the fact that he kind of hides his face. And there's just like a shadow like trailing him as he walks.
Yeah.
He kind of gets this like really like weird, like moody vibe.
Yeah.
But you don't get to see him like his full body or his you don't get to hear his voice either until a little later on.
Yeah. Like when he comes into the auditorium behind everybody, he's just really quiet. He like slinks in and he's in the art department, so he like goes up into the rafters to like work the lights.
Mm-hmm.
Like Shruti. Shruti's in theater.
Yeah. Birthday is Legoshi.
Shruti is our friend. She works in theater and
Yeah.
I think she does like lights and stuff and
Lighting. Yeah, she works
yeah.
in the lighting department.
So Els looks really nervous. Like she doesn't look very good. She's talking with her friends about the leaders meeting, like about Louis
Mm-hmm.
and how they need to replace Tem, but she looks really freaked out. And behind her, you can see the Grey Wolf. You can see Legoshi up in the rafters behind a stage light, and he's like staring at her, and he's making her like really nervous.
It made me nervous too. I like because I don't know, like I think he has a resting bitch face.
He's kind of creepy. He comes off really creepy in the start.
Yeah. It kind of like I think it's just the way that they made it look like in the
Yeah.
beginning, but he comes off as like a bit stalkerish.
Yeah. Like he's
So
watching his prey.
yeah, I think they did that on purpose.
hmm
But yeah, that's the kind of vibe you kind of sense during that scene.
And then a duck, a pelican, a bird comes in. A bird man. He comes
A
in.
thing.
A bird thing comes in. I think it's a pelican. He comes in and he starts to talk to the drama club about Tem's death. And he when he walks in, he finds that the herbivores and the carnivores, they're divided in the room and they're arguing about the death of Tem and whose fault it is.
Mm-hmm.
And like the pelican, he's like actually introduced in the manga. Like I've completely forgotten his name, but he's like the leader of the drama club basically. And
Oh.
that's like one of the things I didn't like about the anime. In the manga, they like actually introduce the characters,
Mm.
but in the anime, they're kind of glossing over it. They're not introducing all of these people. I guess they'll probably like give them a better introduction later. I can't remember. But in the
Mm.
manga, they like immediately introduce all of these people so that way you know who they
Oh.
are. But maybe it's because in the manga there are a lot of characters. Like you even meet Legoshi's roommates in the first volume, but you don't even see them here. It must be because like it might be character overload or something. There might
Mm.
be too many people.
I think considering the length of the episodes too, that's one thing as well we should mention to the people listening. These episodes are really easy to watch. So they're only about 20-ish minutes long, right? So it's really easy to watch, but at the same time, like if you put too much information in, like of everything that's in the manga, I think as Tuba saying, like it will get overloaded.
Yeah.
Because in that 20-ish minutes, you're getting so much information, you're like, and you get confused, obviously. So I think it's just like it just makes it easier to watch and kind of follow along. But yeah, if you want to like read the manga as well, be my guest. I think I will do that later on.
I actually watched the anime before reading the manga.
Oh,
And I
really?
prefer the manga to the anime, but the anime has a really cool feel to it.
Yeah.
The thing that I liked about the manga was how much detail there was and how many characters were introduced. But at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, there were so many characters, I couldn't keep them all straight, even though they were all different animals.
Yeah. It has its good sides, and you know.
Yeah, each medium has its good sides and its bad sides.
Mm-hmm.
So when the pelican, whose name I've forgotten, comes in, um, he's trying to like calm down, I guess, the herbivores and the carnivores.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the tiny herbivores, like I think she's like a muskrat. I don't know a ferret. I don't know what she is. She like needs help opening a jar. She's like, "Where's Legoshi? I need help opening this jar." Like she
Oh
has
my
this
god.
huge fucking jar of nuts or something. She's like, "Where is he? Can he help me open the jar?" And one of the other animals is like, "You can't keep calling Legoshi every time you need help opening a jar."
Yeah.
It's the most random thing, but I think it happens because as soon as she wants Legoshi's help, we look up to the rafters because I think he's supposed to be up there doing light stuff, and all of a sudden he's gone. He's disappeared. And
Mm.
that makes Els really nervous, and she starts to say like, "I'm scared. I think Legoshi has been watching me and I think he wants to eat me. And like I guess it makes sense because like Tem was just devoured and he was an alpaca.
Yeah.
Now she's being watched and she's an alpaca also, and so she must think it must be Legoshi. Like I guess they'd be suspicious of any carnivore, but Legoshi especially because he's been watching her.
Yeah. And like it's like pretty late too, and it's dark, right? At that time.
Because afterwards she starts to walk home, and she's walking home with her like a lemur, a cute little lemur friend, and they're like walking home, and Els is like telling her, you know, I'm really scared. I think that wolf from the drama club wants to eat me.
Yeah.
And the lemur's like, oh no, you're probably overthinking stuff, but like if you're ever feeling like scared or anything, you come and hang out with us. Lemurs are really good at like helping people calm down or something like that. She was really cute.
Yeah. She's very helpful too. Good friend.
So then Els goes to enter her dorm, and then she hears like this noise behind her, like she hears like a rustling sound, and she turns around and she sees Legoshi coming out from behind a tree, and she gets
scary.
Yeah, it's really scary because he's like, it's dark out and he's like in the darkness. Women could probably relate to this, like just walking home at night and seeing just a shadow in the distance or something. You're like, fuck.
Yeah.
So she's scared and she starts to back away because she's thinking that he's going to attack her. And she pulls out some scissors. And Legoshi, he's like already advanced on her and he grabs the scissors from her. I don't know, like, did she really think she was going to be able to do anything to Legoshi? Like, he's huge. He towers over her.
I think at this point she doesn't really have anything. And so she's just kind of like, anything, help me.
So
scissors!
Scissors! I choose you! Oh, they're gone!
All I have!
They're gone now! Shit! She accuses Legoshi of pretending to be friends with the herbivore students because I guess, like, he's really quiet. So he can easily make friends with the other herbivores. Like, I think in the manga, most of his friends, like, his carnivore friends are his roommates, but he's quiet enough to make friends with the other herbivores because they're not scared of him, or he tries to make himself not scary, even though he comes off as scary. So she accuses him of just pretending to be friends with herbivore students only to devour them later, which is really sick if you think about it.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm only going to be your friend until I want to eat you.
Yeah, that's not right.
Yeah. Legoshi, he grabs the scissors from her and like Els is like bracing for impact. And then he says to her, hey, like he actually talks and we hear his voice for the first time.
Yeah.
And he sounds like he's really quiet. He just sounds like a really quiet, shy guy. And he says, hey, I was just, you know, waiting for you to be alone so I could give you this love letter. It's from Tem. So Legoshi knew that Tem never got the chance to give Els this love letter. And now he's dead. So he just wanted to do it for Tem.
I thought that scene was like really sad.
Yeah, because in the manga, like we see, I guess we kind of see it later. Like we see like a bit of a flashback later, but Legoshi and Tem were friends. So he saw that Tem had this letter for Els and he couldn't give it to Els. He was too scared. He was like, oh, I'll just do it later. But then he died and he couldn't give it to her. So Legoshi takes it from his locker and just gives it to Els instead. So she feels bad. She apologizes. She's like, I'm sorry, you're not an evil carnivore. You're actually like a really nice guy. I'm going to tell everybody that you're not a bad guy. And then Legoshi gets up to like walk away and he's like, no, it's okay. It doesn't matter what you say. Like everybody's still going to be scared of me and hate me because of how I look. And like, I don't know. It was just so sad.
Yeah.
And Els calls him awkward. She's like, oh, he's so awkward. And it's true. He is really awkward. Like he's like, because like all that stuff he was doing before, like the staring and everything, he wasn't doing it to intimidate her. He was doing it because he's awkward. He doesn't know how to like be around people. Like in the manga,
he's an introvert.
Yeah, it's more apparent in the manga, but like he doesn't know how to be around people. Like he's really self-conscious and he's always trying to make himself less scary, but it makes him come off as more scary.
So it does the opposite.
Yeah.
So then we cut to Tem's memorial. Legoshi is there And he's remembering about how he once talked with Tim about his feelings for Els. And this was actually the scene.
Yeah. The thing I was talking about.
Yeah, where it was like all sad and stuff. So Tim kept putting off telling her about his feelings, and now he's dead.
Yeah.
So Legacy, I think he like kind of remembers this this happening, and he just sighs and he lets Tim know that he's told Els.
Yeah.
Like at the memorial. Then we hear like some girls screaming.
Louie! Oh my god, it's Louie! Oh, it's Louie, the star of
Adler! Yeah. It's Louie. Mm-hmm. So he's a tall, like slender red deer.
Did you hear like the music? Did you hear his theme music? It was like this like super soft lounge jazz. It was like something you would hear in like a noir movie or something.
Mm-hmm. It like kind of went with his like with the scene and his like I don't know, what should I say, his first appearance.
His walk, like when he walked in, it was like burr, burr, burr,
yeah. Burr, burr, burr. It's like, okay, so you know how we were just talking, like we just did Castle in the previous time, right?
I remember.
There was that scene where like Kate leaves and she's like, I've got a date, and then she leaves and it's like this sexy music and song.
Yeah.
To kind of go with the scene.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like that. Like he walks in and all the girls are like, ooh, Louis. And then there's this like,
like, yeah, that's what jazz sounds like, dude. Very good. I'm loving it.
What
my favorite jazz.
Then Louis walks over to the memorial and he also sets some flowers down for Tim.
Yeah.
Then Legoshi comments on Louis, and it seems like he admires him because his gestures, his voice, and his gaze, he must have like all of it down. Because he's Louis.
Yeah, that's what Legoshi says about Louis, yeah.
Mm-hmm. He hears that Louis is a year older than him, and that he's the lead actor of the drama club, and he basically pretty much runs the school. That's the kind of... I use vibe a lot, but that's the kind of vibe he gets.
Yeah, Louis is like exactly like what Legoshi says, like his voice, his gaze, he's like, he exudes this vibe of like somebody who's in charge. And it's interesting because he's an herbivore, so he's not intimidating in the same way Legoshi is. Like Legoshi is intimidating because he's a scary carnivore, but Louis is just intimidating. He's an herbivore, but he's intimidating in like this different way.
Yeah, it was, I don't know, for me, like I got a little weird kind of feeling from him. Like, I understand, like, everyone is all like, ooh, Louis, oh my gosh. But, like, for me, like, I was trying to, like, judge him, and I was like, there's something, like, a little off about him.
Yeah, there is. I know what it is. Because I read the manga. Oh, man. Okay. You'll see, dude, you'll see. All will be revealed. Madame Zelda says all will be revealed in time.
Okay, I watch next episode soon.
Me too, because we're doing a podcast.
So, yeah, Louis calls Legoshi a pup.
You're the pup in the art department, aren't you?
Yeah, exactly in that voice too.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, a pup? Like, okay.
He's so rude. I don't know what it is. He has the audacity to call Legoshi a pup, and he hardly even knows him.
I mean, like, pup, it's like a cute name, but like you wouldn't say that to people you just meet.
It's
and also
like an insult.
It can be an insult as well, considering the kind of world that they live in.
It's right? Like I first meet you and I'm like, hey there, shorty. Hey there, shorty McGee.
Like it's kind of like you're talking down to them.
Yeah.
Like putting them down or making them feel like they're at the bottom, basically.
Like he's establishing immediately, like, I'm better than you.
Yeah.
And then he says to him, because like Legoshi, like we said, he stares, right? So he's just staring at Louis the whole time, and he says, Louis's like, is rudeness something that's inherent in wolves? And like, dude, is that racist? Is he being racist? Would that be racist for that world? Like stereotyping?
It's a speciest.
Speciest. Speciest. Speciest. Speciest. Speciest. Spoocist. Racist? Can we just say racist?
Race. Okay, sure. Yeah, I think he is racist.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. So then Louis tells Legoshi that he wants to talk to him.
Yep.
And that is the end of
that scene. It was very quick, but yeah, it was quick, but we got a really good introduction as to what kind of a man Louis is. An absolute
man. Yes, sure.
I'm sorry, dude. A deer. We got to see what kind of deer Louis is.
Yes.
Can I also say, like, Louis has he has these really big antlers. And I think that adds to like how intimidating
his attitude. Okay.
His attitude. Yeah. How does his antlers add to his attitude?
I don't know. You know,
look at that guy's antlers. He has some attitude. The audacity of that man's antlers.
Yeah.
He should just take them off. We don't need that in this country. All right, so then we move on. We move on to Haru's part of the story. We see Haru. Well, we don't know it's Haru yet, but it doesn't matter because I know it's Haru, and I'm going to tell you it's Haru. And she's watering some flowers, and then some cats from like up above, they drop some books onto the flower bed and ruin the flowers.
Poor Haru.
I know, and they taunt her. They like taunt her and they make fun of her and they say like, it's okay. Some boy will probably come along and rescue you anyways. Ah ha 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 ha.
Oh, that is their laugh. It is so annoying. I was like, really?
Who are you? Why are you here? Go home. And then like Haru feels really sorry for the flower. She's like, oh, they ruined you. I'm so sorry. And she looks up at the cats. Like, I think they're on like a balcony or something up above her. And she yells up at them and she's like, you know what? I'm fine. It doesn't matter what you do to me. You can't hurt me. So of course they toss a mattress over the edge at her.
What bitches?
It's like it almost hits her, and she's like tiny. Like we said, she's a dwarf rabbit, right? She's tiny. Yeah. That thing like soared out the window and it almost hit her.
And she's really cute.
Yeah, how dare they? She's cute.
She's cute and she's tiny. Leave her alone.
Just like Doob. But we must not leave Doob alone. We must keep making fun of her.
Leave me alone.
Leave me alone. I'm tiny and I have a lot of attitude and I'm very tired.
And I'm cute.
I don't know.
You just said it too.
I didn't say that about you.
The truth came out. Rewind, guys.
So the mattress almost hits her. And like I didn't realize what was happening at first. I just thought they were just throwing out stuff at her. Like random stuff. But then Haru like picks up the mattress and she picks up all her books and she starts dragging them back upstairs herself. So like I guess it was her things that they were throwing out at her. Like they were throwing out her own furniture from her own dorm room.
Yep.
So she starts pulling her stuff back upstairs and like a boy anteater comes over to help her. And then like a horse comes over. The ridiculousness of the sentence. An
anteater, a boy anteater comes over and offers to help her. And then a horse stops him.
Oh my God. I can't take it seriously, but it's what happens, okay? And the horse says to the anteater, you know, you shouldn't help her because that's Haru. And the anteater goes, oh no. And they like run away or something. And I'm like, what the fuck? Wow. What's wrong with Haru? Does she have the plague? Does she have some sort of animal disease? But anyhow, she gets her stuff and she goes back upstairs and she asks her roommate, I think she's like a cat also. She's like a muskrat. I don't know, but her roommate's name is Sally. And she's like, hey, Sally, why didn't you stop those other cats from like throwing my stuff outside? And the roommate is like, hey, she's kind of pissed off at you right now. It's best that you leave her be for a bit. But like, we don't know who she is yet.
Yeah.
I just thought it was the cats at this point. That's who she was talking about, but it's not. It's somebody, it's like a specific person. She's pissed off at Haru right now, and that's why those cats threw her things out the window. And like we also see like Sally has like an autographed poster of Louis in the background. Like that's how popular that guy is.
I don't know. I'm not feeling him, but
You're not feeling him? Okay. Well, maybe you'll feel him later. Maybe Doob will have some feelings. So
okay.
Haru asks Sally, like, do you want to eat with me? And Sally's like with you? I think I'll pass. And I'm like, what? Wow.
Jesus.
This was so like weird. Like Sally's doing a crossword and she asks out loud, what's a 10-letter word for a loner beast? And Haru says, ostracized.
Mm-hmm.
And Sally's like, oh, wow, thanks, Haru. Oh, God. Like, kill
Jesus.
me. Like,
Haru shouldn't have said anything.
I know. She just left her to, like, figure out her dumb crossword on her own. So,
like, poop, and that's it.
It's poop. The 8-letter word is poop.
Pooping. Sorry.
Pooping. Is that 8 letters? Pooping.
No.
7 letters. Poopings.
Yes.
Very good. Very good. We solved it.
But imagine how much struggle she would have had if she wrote poopings and then she tried to do the rest of the crossword.
Imagine how much a struggle her brain is if she thinks that an 8-letter word for a loner beast is poopings.
Maybe. I don't know. Worth a try.
Worth a try. I'll write poopings. It's like me trying to solve a Sudoku puzzle. I'll just write 4. That's the answer.
Nice.
Sudoku?
Mm-hmm.
I don't like math.
Is it math?
It's math. You have to, each thing has to equal 8 or something,
yeah.
right?
That's true. Yeah. Well, no, it's not really like it has to equal. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. A little bit. It has to be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
It's a little bit math.
It's just the numbers. Like you just have to know 1 to 8. Like 1, 2, 3. The numbers. That's
no,
it.
I don't want to do math.
You can't repeat 2. You can't repeat 1.
That's math.
That's not math.
It's math.
It's just numbers, but you're not.
Numbers is math. I need blocks. Give me some blocks. Did you say hoopla at me?
Yeah.
Hoopla.
That's a load of hoopla.
Oh, shut up, dude. So Haru goes to lunch. Like none of the animals will let her sit with them. So she's trying to find a spot and she can't get anywhere to sit. So she goes outside to eat alone. But I liked her attitude because she says, no matter where you sit, delicious food is still delicious.
Yeah. That's true. That's very true.
Yeah. Although I think in the manga, she's like sitting in the bathroom. So maybe not.
Okay, not in the bathroom. Though.
I can't remember.
You can sit outside on even the floor. It'll be fine. But not in the bathroom. That'll ruin your appetite, no?
Maybe a little bit. There's poopings in here.
And there's food. The smell is mixing together.
Okay, Doob. Okay. Bit too much. Okay, all right. So she's eating outside, and then we see the shadow of another rabbit approaching her. And it's a harlequin rabbit, and a harlequin rabbit is like a two-toned rabbit. Like one side of her is white and the other side of her is black. Yeah. And like a harlequin doll, basically. So the harlequin rabbit, she doesn't say her name, but like I guess her name is Mizuchi. Based on what I read, her name is Mizuchi. And she says to Haru, like she starts making fun of her, like, oh, Haru, you're sitting outside alone? Isn't that risky considering like a student was just devoured?
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Look at you out here eating by yourself. You're such a little hoe.
Yeah.
Basically. So, but Haru is like, the one thing I like about Haru is like she's really strong. Like she doesn't take shit.
Yeah, I like that too.
Even though like she's really tiny, and this like other rabbit's really tall and bigger than her. But she like stands up to her and is like, you know what? You should try getting back together with your boyfriend rather than spread rumors about me. And then like Mizuchi's like, oh, how could you say that to me? And Haru's like, by the way, he's the one who kissed me anyways, and I'm not interested in some guy who gets so excited over some little kiss. So basically, I guess what happened is Mizuchi's boyfriend cheated on her with Haru. So
Yeah.
that's why, and I guess she's like telling, like everybody knows now. So like that's why nobody wants to sit with Haru.
But I guess like it's kind of the rumors are like the opposite, where Haru is like the culprit basically in this whole scene.
She is the culprit. She kissed Mizuchi's boyfriend.
Oh.
Did you not know that's what happened?
I thought he kissed her.
Oh, right. She says that he kissed her. I guess, okay, I get what you're getting at. Right. Mizuchi is saying it's Haru's fault when really it's her boyfriend's fault.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying, yeah.
Because he's the one who kissed her, but like she's just kind of like an innocent bystander, and she just gets kissed, and then all of a sudden she is the one that's like turned into the
villain.
Like the villain, yeah. And everyone is ignoring her when they should be ignoring
the boyfriend. Yeah. Well, Mizuchi doesn't like this, so she pushes Haru off the edge where she was sitting, and she throws a bucket of water on her.
Oh gosh.
And that push looked really intense. Like Haru eats it. Like she falls over. It's like on the ground. Yeah. That's the sound of her hitting the ground. And she tells Haru that Mizuchi tells Haru that she and her boyfriend, like, she's like, we're Harlequin rabbits and we are an endangered species couple, and you're just a dwarf rabbit and you can't compare to us. Stop trying to destroy a couple with obvious pedigree.
Pedigree my butt.
Yeah, my butt has more pedigree than you. So Mizuchi is like, I'm gonna tell everybody at school that you're fooling around with other guys. And it's like, you're just trying to ruin her life at this point for something your boyfriend did. But I thought it was interesting because like we're hearing all these terms like endangered species couple, couples with pedigree, or like being devoured. It's like, obviously like the world building is pretty good. Like the world is very thought out and all these terms are like things that exist in the world. It's interesting.
Yeah, like yeah, it's interesting because you're thinking about animals as being more like humans basically.
Yeah.
And acting more like humans, having different like their species basically represents like, you know, different cultures, let's say.
Yeah.
Think about that, right?
If you think about it, that's really terrible though. Keep it in the culture.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of what they kind of talk about.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's weird, but at the same time it's interesting.
Yeah.
So in the next scene, we're back at the drama club where we see Legoshi follow Louis into a room.
Yeah.
And in the room there's a goat, and she's actually a goat.
I thought that was a he.
Zoe?
Yeah. Wasn't Zoe a he? Whatever. It's a goat. It doesn't matter. It's a goat. We're talking about animals. There's a goat called Zoe. There was a horse and an anteater, and now there's a goat called Zoe, and I have a leg cramp. Oh no.
I do too.
Oh no. Leg cramp.
Okay.
I'm down.
Okay.
Keep going.
So in the room, there's a goat called Zoe.
Yeah.
And he's basically Tem's replacement.
Yeah.
And Louis explains that he needs Legoshi to fit Zoe for his costume. So Louis starts to rehearse the scene, and he says a line from the play, expecting Zoe to say the next part, but Zoe doesn't know the next line. And Louis then he grabs Zoe's face and squeezes it like really hard. And he accuses him of eating his script because that's all that goats do.
Is that racist? Is that racist?
I think it's racist.
He's like, that's all you goats do, right? Is eat paper. You probably ate your own script. I'm like, oh my God.
Okay, so we were talking about how cultures related to like the species or the different types of animals, right?
Yeah.
So if you're making fun of cultures, that's being racist, right?
Sure.
You're making fun of the animals right now. in their behavior. So I think that's racist.
He's like stereotyping Zoe. He's like, all you goats do is eat paper. You must have eaten your script.
Yep.
He's
Louis,
like really scares me in this scene. He's like super intense.
Yeah.
And it's just a school play. Also, like I didn't mention this earlier, but like you could see posters up for the school play throughout the school when you're watching, and the play is called Adler. So Louis is like, he's the lead in the play. He's Adler. And that becomes the character of Adler and Louis. The parallel between them is interesting. Like we'll see later, but like Louis is really intense here. It's like it's just a school play. What are you doing?
Yeah.
And Legoshi is also there, and he's just standing there watching all of this happen.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, like another animal bursts in and is all like, I should have been Tem's replacement, not Zoe. I was runner-up at the auditions. Louis tells Zoe to leave and practices lines. And then we realize the animal that burst in is actually Kai, who's the mongoose from earlier. And Louis says to him that he's been cut from the actors team and now he has to work in the art department with Legoshi.
Like Kai, he's super pissed off. He's not happy. He's like, what do you mean? Why do I have to like be in the art department? I'm an actor. And like also outside of the door to that office where Legoshi and Kai and Louis are, all of the other animals are like, they're from the drama club, they're like huddled at the door, they're like listening in, like, oh my god, what's going on?
It really does like capture the essence of like theater though. I have to say, because in theater, like people I mean, it's kind of part of their nature as well to be like dramatic and kind of I don't know,
over the top.
They're kind of like, kind of be over the top, because that's kind of what they practice towards as well, right?
Yeah.
For when they perform. So that's it was like very accurate, the feeling that you get when you watch this series.
It felt like an episode of Riverdale to me.
Yeah, it kind of does.
Just a little overly dramatic.
So apparently Kai sucks at being an actor since he's made several mistakes on stage. And Louis starts listing them off, basically.
He's like, you did this at this play, and you did that at that play. You really suck, man.
Bully again.
Bully, yeah.
So Kai gets like really super pissed at him for calling him out, and he goes to punch him. But then all of a sudden, like, Legoshi blocks it.
Yeah.
And Legoshi reminds Kai that Louis is a star and that the stage hands need to ensure the actor's safety. I got surprised that Legoshi actually did this, though.
Yeah, like he's been so quiet. You wouldn't think that he would actually like step in, but he's like, even though he's super quiet, he's really helpful. Actually, like in the manga, remember how we were saying that there was a small animal who needed help opening a jar? In the manga, she's not asking for it. She's just trying to open the jar on her own, and then Legoshi just comes over and helps her with it. But in the anime, he doesn't come over and help her, and she's searching for him.
Oh.
Yeah. So he's portrayed in the manga as being really helpful.
I guess here too, it's just like we haven't seen much of it yet.
Yeah, a little bit, because he gave Els the note, right?
You kind of get the feeling that he is that type of person, but you don't actually you don't actually see it happening.
And like he's he also, I feel like he has a lot of respect for Louis, like from how he was describing him before. So like he wouldn't want Louis to get punched.
Yeah.
And he's like, in the manga, he's like really serious, I think, about drama club, because that's the one thing that he knows how to do and that he's good at. So he's really serious about it. So like he follows the rules.
Then like Kai becomes really angry and is about to punch Legoshi this time.
Yeah.
But then Legoshi bears his fans?
His fangs. I wrote fans. His fans. He like brings out his fans and does a dance for Kai. Don't be angry. Look, it's my fans.
Oh my gosh, I imagine that happening.
Could you imagine Legoshi just doing that?
Yeah.
Let me distract you with some fans. Fan dance. No. He bears his fangs at Kai.
Yes, his fangs.
Not his fans.
His fangs at Kai. And Kai becomes really scared and afraid, and he runs out.
Yeah, it's like he had all this like anger and energy before. Like he was gonna punch Legoshi, but then when he sees his fangs, it's like, I don't know what it is. It's like maybe like an animal thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe it's an animal instinct where they like, they see certain things off. And then after that, Louis notices that Legoshi had bared his fangs at Kai, right? And in order to avoid a fight and not start one. And he becomes impressed with him. And he says he thought Legoshi was just some quiet guy, but that he's hiding a ferocity.
Ferocity.
Inside of him.
Yeah. Legoshi, I guess most carnivores, if they're bearing their fangs, they want to start something. Like that's what Kai was doing. He was bearing his fangs too because he was trying to start a fight. But Legoshi did it because he knew that he's the big bad wolf, basically. Nobody's gonna want to fight him. So he did it to make the fight stop.
Yeah. Which is like, I mean, it's good for him, but I think that's also why like people are so scared of him, like people he doesn't mean to scare as well. So that's just something he has to deal with, I guess.
But then it also kind of labels him as like a coward, I guess. I think Louis kind of thinks of him a little bit as a coward. Even though he's impressed. He's more impressed, I guess, by the fact that he can be so ferocious, but he's less impressed by the fact that he used his fangs to avoid the fight.
Yeah. I see both sides. So then Louis asks Legoshi to help him out, but he grabs his tail to stop him from leaving.
Yeah, because like Louis originally wanted Legoshi to come to the room to ask him something, right? And now after that whole kerfuffle, Legoshi's like, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Anybody would be like, I'm out of here. But then Louis like grabs his tail and I'm like, oh my God, Louis must have some guts to like be able to grab a wolf by his tail.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem scared of Legoshi at all.
No. But I'm not scared of Legoshi either. I'm scared of Louis. Well, not scared. I just find his demeanor like really weird.
He's more creepy than Legoshi.
Yeah.
He grabbed that goat's face and squeezed it.
Yeah. He's not just a bully. Like there's something off about him. But yeah. Keep saying that. But yeah. So then Louis he wants to sneak into the theater that night and rehearse the scenes with Zoe.
Yeah.
And Legoshi becomes worried that the school will find out. But Louis says that that's why he wants him to be the lookout. So he's kind of like trying, I don't know. It's something that like Legoshi could get in trouble for as well, right?
Yeah.
He kind of wants him to be like his backup person. So just in case something happens, basically just throw it on Legoshi. That's like what I kind of got from from what he said. So Louis is like, you're not gonna chicken out, are you? And Louis says that if he offered up one of his legs to Legoshi, that Legoshi would probably start salivating and accept.
What the fuck?
This is another racist comment, isn't it?
Yeah, he's like, you're a wolf. If I gave you one of my legs, you'd probably eat it. So he's like trying to say to him, just accept the fact that you're a wolf and take advantage of your dark side. Help me.
Jesus.
Just do what you're supposed to do. You're a wolf.
Yeah. So he wants Legoshi to accept the fact that he's a wolf and just take advantage of him. That
take advantage of his dark side, yeah.
Yeah. I
don't know. I don't know about that. He's just being so like that's so weird. Like if I gave you one of my legs, you probably want to eat it. Okay, calm down. Calm down, sir.
Yeah, I don't
It's
know.
such a weird thing to say. I thought it was such a weird thing to say.
Yeah, I don't know. It's he's a weird guy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, Doob. Hey, Doob. Doob.
Yeah.
If I gave you one of my legs,
No.
you'd be
No.
you'd be like,
I
this
would
is
not
taller than
start
me.
salivating,
This is
and
taller
I
than
would
me.
not. No.
I'm gonna carry this thing. So right after that, we're nearing the end of the episode.
There's one more very important scene, guys.
Yeah. So we see Haru in the bathroom and she's like she's waiting for her clothes to dry off because, Mizuchi drenched her in all that water.
Mm-hmm.
And she starts to say, the guys just want to protect me and be by my side. But when they realize that their fantasy of me is wrong, they leave her because I think it's because she's like really tiny. So guys think that she's like this tiny little thing that they can protect.
Yeah.
But then they realize that's not how she is. Like she has a personality and they just leave her. Something like that, right?
Yeah. But I kind of admire that about her. Even though she's like tiny, she knows how to protect herself. Well, like she tries at least to protect herself. And she has a really great attitude. There's a lot of people when they get bullied or if something bad happens to them, especially to that extent, they would just kind of like take it as like this like huge trauma or like they get really depressed and whatnot, and then they let it bother them basically, right?
Yeah.
But she's not like she's more confident in herself, and she's like more determined, and she's like willing to kind of battle her way through, which is like really like props to you, Haru.
I think like I think it's a front. I think on the inside she's lonely.
Yeah.
It's lonely to be like that.
Yeah. But at least on the outside she's like
she can pretend to be strong, yeah.
Not just pretend, but like she can actually take like not just pretend, but in the instances where things like that happen, she can kind of protect herself for that moment at least.
Her theme music is really sad, by the way. It's like this sad Baroque piece or something, but I don't know how to explain it. She just sounds really, really sad.
Yeah.
So she says, they just want to protect me. They feel like they want to protect me when they see me, when they see my face, because she's like a tiny, cute little rabbit, right? But then when they realize like their fantasy of her is wrong, they just mess around with her a little bit and then they leave her. So
it's it's kind of like someone like when they get a new toy and then they just play around and then they leave. That kind of thing. That's the kind of explanation she gives.
Yeah, that's exactly what she says. She's like, I've been a plaything for men my entire life. So she puts her clothes back on and she leaves the washroom and she walks outside and it's pitch black out. And farther away, we see Legoshi and he's guarding the entrance to the theater. I guess like he was like, okay, fine, Louie, I'll do what you say.
Yeah.
So, and he's worried about the drama club getting shut down because they're not supposed to be rehearsing after hours. And then suddenly he hears a noise in the distance and his ears perk up and he looks around like, oh my God, what's that? What's happening? And then he sees a grasshopper and he like gently picks up the grasshopper and he starts talking to it. Actually, in the manga, there are a lot of instances of Legoshi picking up bugs and talking to them. I think he even has a pet bug at one point.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
He likes bugs. So he's like asking the bug, like, hey, what are you doing here, little guy? What's going on? And then suddenly he catches the scent of something. And the scent is like depicted by this purplish, pinkish aura. And it like flows through his nose and up into his head and into his brain. And he immediately identifies the scent as an herbivore. And then, it's so weird. It's like the scent activates something inside of him.
Yeah, because you like, like that, what does it say? So like when we learn about like the human anatomy or something in high school or whatever, let's say, whenever we start learning and like they see the brain, like you have this like visualization of like the human, but the human is kind of like just the shadow, and then you just see the brain inside.
Yeah.
It's like that. So you see Legoshi as a wolf, you just see the like the shape of him, and then you see the scent inside of him. And it's just like flowing through, and it's a really weird scene.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. It's like the scent, it activates something and it like sends like fire or like a spark through his nerves and throughout his body. And then all of a sudden he's like down on all fours like a beast. And he all of a sudden becomes more monster like, more beast like. And even his eyes turn red.
Yeah.
And then we see in the distance like that scent, it's coming from Haru. And she's like not too far away from Legoshi. She's like standing near a fountain. You see the fountain in the opening. I like everybody go watch the opening to this anime. It's like the intro theme is a bop, but like you like the scene that's depicted and what's happening right now is what's in the opening basically. So she's standing by the fountain and she hears Legoshi growling and she like stops and like her instincts as an herbivore activate and she knows like, oh my god, I'm about to be attacked, right?
Yeah.
And then she starts to run away and she starts like we can hear like her inner monologue talking and she starts to say like, you know, those who are victorious are those who can act on their instincts and still exist, and that she's not even like, she's like, I'm not even good enough to be a loser. And then as she's running she thinks like whoever is about to attack her should just do it and get it over with. But even though like she wants that, she's still running away. She still is trying to protect herself.
Yeah.
And then she's like, I've had a sad life, but even so, I felt the need to run away because I'm scared. And then Legoshi, he hasn't started running it. Like he's just watching into the distance, like looking for where the sound is coming from, right? And all of a sudden, he leaps out from the stairs and he like gallops. Oops, I knocked my microphone. And he gallops
That's
after
the sound
Haru.
of galloping too.
This is the sound of galloping?
Yeah. It is.
Oh, wow. I can't hear it. It must be amazing. And he gallops and after Haru and he leaps on her and they tumble with each other and he lands on top of her. He's like grabbing her. He has her in like a hold from behind and she can't see him.
Yep.
She's just there like in his arms and she looks super scared. And then she wonders, like, I wonder if whoever is attacking me will understand the feelings that I'm going through right now. And then boom, it ends.
That's it.
Cliffhanger.
I'm surprised that I didn't after this episode, I didn't click next to watch the next episode. I just didn't want to get confused because I really wanted to. I wanted to hit that next button and just watch the second episode, even though it was so late at night. Because it's so fast and it's easy to watch, like I said. But I was like, okay, you know what? What if I do this podcast and I end up saying something from the second episode? So just in case, I held my breath.
I watched this anime like at the beginning of the pandemic, so I like binged the whole thing.
Oh.
Yeah, like because at the beginning of the pandemic, they sent me home from my job and like they suspended my job basically. So I just sat at home watching this anime.
Oh right, I forgot.
Yeah. So
makes sense.
So I wanted to go over like a couple of the differences between the anime and the manga, like really quickly. I think I mentioned some of them already, but yeah, I wanted to mention a few more. I'm getting this from the Beastars wiki. I'll link it in the description. But basically, we're introduced to Legoshi's roommates in the manga.
Yeah.
But they're not here. I guess maybe we'll find them. We'll find out who they are later. But yeah, we see them in the manga, but they're not here. And also, yeah, in the anime, Mizuchi, and her friends throw several of Haru's notebooks in her mattress.
Yeah.
But in the manga, that doesn't happen.
Oh.
Yeah, and in the anime, the rejection towards Haru from the other students, it's more obvious. Like, more things happen to her. Yeah. And also, in the anime, like I said, there's not as much focus on Kai, but in the manga, I mean, Kai, he's more of a main character, and he has more of a background. His character is more thought out.
Huh. He's not just some random guy.
No. What else? In the manga, Haru is seen in her underwear waiting for her clothes to dry in a bathroom cubicle. In the anime, she's in the bathroom cubicle, but she's not in her underwear.
So it's a little less
the manga is really explicit with some stuff.
Yeah. It makes sense though. Because this is an anime on Netflix. You kind of want more people to watch it, like including like, I mean, I wouldn't say kids, but like younger citizens.
I don't think kids could watch this, dude.
Younger people in general.
The younger folk. Maybe. The Gen Z. What's some other ones? Oh, in the manga, Mizuchi, she throws the water on Haru's face instead of like her entire body and stuff.
Oh.
What else? I'll do a couple more. In the manga, Legoshi blocks Kai's strike with his elbow, but in the anime, he blocks it with his shoulder. That's not too much of a difference. Come on, Wiki, give me something good. In the manga, Legoshi confronts Els in the practice room after she forgot her watch. That's right. She doesn't go back to her dorm. She goes back to her dorm, but then she realizes she forgot something. So then she goes back to the the drama practice room, and that's where Legoshi confronts her, not outside of her dorm.
Oh. Interesting.
There's
always like some kind of difference when it comes to like manga and anime, or like what do you call, like a book and a movie, for example, as well. There's always like certain improvisations that they make. I think for here it's just for like less information, and I don't know what else, like just whatever they were going for, I guess.
Also, like, you know how he hands Tem's note to Els?
Yeah.
That's not what happens in the manga. In the manga, he accidentally drops it, like, because like she's trying to defend herself, and so he drops the letter, and that's when Els sees it.
Oh.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, that's some of the differences. I'm not going to say any more of them because there's a lot, and also it might spoil some stuff for the next episode. So.
Oh, don't
spoil! Don't spoil. So
I'm an active watcher now.
That's good. I'm glad you like it.
I wanted to watch this, but I haven't watched it, and it's easy to watch, so I'm glad that we're watching this because I don't have too much time in my hands.
Doob has a job.
I do.
She doobs.
I just got a promotion, and so I've been in training for 3 months.
Ew.
Yeah. But it's going good. It's just like a lot of learning, but it's good. I like learning when it's something that I like to learn. Yeah.
What did you think of the anime style? Because it's like the animation isn't like regular anime. It's like, I don't know, is it CGI style or is it like cell shaded style?
I don't know what kind of specific style it is. I think it's like close to anime, but like still a little different.
Yeah.
At the same time, but I like it. It's very visually appealing.
Yeah. I think it fit the style. It made it seem darker somehow.
Yeah.
And like the animals didn't look weird. Because I think it would have been easy for them to be animated and look weird somehow.
Oh yeah.
But they look really natural.
I really liked it. And I like the colors that were used as well. Like the tones of all the colors that they used.
Yeah.
It made it like all the more dramatic. And yeah. Overall, like, yes.
Overall, like, yes?
Overall, like, yes.
Wow. Doob's review.
2021.
Overall, like, yes. I have one more question, though. What did you think of the voice actors? I liked Legoshi and Haru's voice actors. I thought they were really good.
I liked them as well. And I actually liked Thames as well.
Yeah.
And Thames, like, because he died so early, we didn't get to hear much from him, from his voice actor, but I liked the person that played the voice for him. I thought it really fit, like, his personality, like how quiet and kind of shy he was, but like outgoing at the same time. He kind of reminded me of me.
Oh, okay. So that's what you would sound like if you were an alpaca.
And a man.
And a
alpaca
man. Alpaca man.
Yeah.
Who's that?
He was he's like alpaca kind of man. Shy, but kind of hyper at the same time. And like, yeah, I liked him.
I liked him. He's dead.
He's dead though. But why?
I liked Legoshi's voice. Like, he sounds really strong but quiet at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah. And I liked Haru's as well.
Yeah. I don't know. Haru has like this interesting color to her voice if you watch the anime. I can't do an imitation of her voice because it's so unique sounding. She just has a really nice voice.
Yeah, it's very soothing to kind of listen to. So yeah, she sounds really nice.
I can't wait for you to see what happens next. It gets so weird, dude. It gets so fucking weird.
I know you told me this, but I still don't know, Tubes.
Like, it starts off and you think, like, oh, it's just some people will see this and it's like, oh, it's just some anime about furries. Or some people will read the description of the first episode and be like, oh, it's a mystery or something like Riverdale or whatever, right? It's so much more than that.
Oh,
it gets so weird and interesting at the same time, but it gets really weird and really twisted and really creepy, but interesting.
Okay. Well, I look forward to that.
Okay. So,
yeah.
Do you want to rate the episode?
Oh, sure.
Because this is the first season. This is the episode 1 of the first season. And I think there's like 10 episodes, so.
I would rate it.
Yeah.
A solid.
Yes.
9.
I'd give it a 7. No, an 8. An 8.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes. It was okay. But it wasn't it was okay. It was okay.
Well, you know what? It had my attention the whole time, and I was like, Oh, okay.
And it's hard to get a dude's attention.
You know what? When there's I haven't watched anime in a while, and you know that. And so for me to like get back on and watch anime, I guess like I wasn't really planning to, but I ended up watching this, and I actually really ended up liking it, and it had my attention the whole time. The whole time.
Her intention the whole time. Dube's intention.
Oh my.
So Dube, do you have any Wait, no, it's not yet. Dube, where can they find you?
So you guys can find me in my personal Instagram is at DevaStars4. DevaStars4. And I also have a food blog on Instagram as well called at t.foodlove. So TDOT foodlove. And we actually have to let them know about our podcast Instagram too.
Oh yeah. I made
TikTok
that
and whatnot.
I made that. If you search Shownanigans Podcast on Instagram, you will find our Instagram. And if you search Shownanigans Podcast on TikTok, you will find our TikTok where I post things like bloopers and Dube's cat noises. Her cat,
oh my gosh.
Not her cat noises, but her cat's noises.
Yeah, no, I am not meowing. It's my cat meowing, okay? I mean, I meow to her, but I will not meow to you guys. It's just no.
All right, dude. Okay, calm down. Nobody's asking you to meow.
But yeah, we will link all of that.
We didn't say mine. I have things too.
Yes, you.
Oh, shut up. Okay. I have an Instagram and it is Trisha Does Nothing. And I have another YouTube channel, which is Alex Does Nothing, where I post things, except I haven't in a long time because I've had to work on this podcast and it's hard. So,
it is hard.
Yeah.
We will link all of that down below.
Doob.
Yes.
Do you have any ASMR?
Okay. Let me see if I can do good on this. Okay.
Get on this? What the fuck? What's happening?
All right.
Was that it?
It was noodles.
It was noodles.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good, dude. Very good. Good job. All right.
I tried my best.
Okay. She tried so hard and got so far. And in the end, bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.